Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today giving you a mixed tier Wi-Fi battle. Yes, I say mixed tier, and that is because even though you see my team on the top right that you know as being a UU team, and even though you see the Alakazam in my opponent's bottom left making him technically an OU team, we do have some pokes that kind of range in the different tiers, so I'd say it'd be fine calling it mixed tier. My opponent didn't really know much about the tiers, although he did know how to battle competitively. So it should definitely be a fun battle with all this tier diversity. And one more thing before I get into the team preview here, this will be the second last Wi-Fi battle from 5th gen that I'm uploading here. So 2 Saturdays from now you are going to see some 6th gen, so get excited. Now for the team preview, I've got my defensive core of Quagsire, Nidoqueen, and Umbreon, and then I have my Banded Durant, Swords Dance Life Orb Verzion, and Scarfed Modest Raikou. Now look at my opponent's team. He's got that Alakazam, but I shouldn't be too worried. I do have the Raikou, which will definitely outspeed unless it's a Scarfzam, and who runs that? And the biggest weakness to his team I notice is half of his team is part Psychic, so if I can hit it up with a couple of X-Scissors from Durant, I should be fine. So Durant is definitely going to play a ton in this match. Let's see how this battle goes. So I'm going to start out right with my Raikou first turn just to do a bit of scouting since he doesn't have a ground type to be immune to my Volt Switch or just Electric Stab in general. And he starts out with the Azelf, and Azelf can definitely run a couple of sets, so if it's potentially sashed, I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch to potentially break that sash. And then going to go right into Umbreon, hoping that maybe it's a special variant. And I'm not sure what variant it is yet, as it just goes for the Stealth Rock, so maybe it could have Explosion, not entirely sure. But now he does go into his Entei, and I actually just go for the foul play, and Entei is normally a physical attacker, so I'm going to do a decent chunk, especially since it seems to be bulky with lefties, and then I notice it's Calm Mind, so it's starting to set up on me, but it's also a special attacker, so that's why the foul play shouldn't do too much. But it is doing a decent amount, and Entei doesn't have recovery, so from here it's a 2-hit KO, so I might as well just keep going for foul plays. I mean, I am a special wall after all, so I don't think he's going to do too much. He does go for the Sunny Day, but I feel like that won't be a huge deal, especially since he goes for the Lava Plume, and Lava Plume is not the strongest special move in the world. And finally, after another foul play, I'm able to take out this beast known as Entei, and now he brings in Medicham, and Medicham is certainly a threat, and I'm just going to go for the Protect to be safe. I'm thinking it's probably a choice variant. Turns out it carries Focus Blast, which I'm like, wait a second, this doesn't make much sense. He's probably a Zoroark. So despite having to take a super effective Focus Blast, I am an Umbreon, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to take this hit alright. Thankfully I do, and I can go for the Wish and just go for a safe Protect next turn. He does bring in Zam now, but I'm not really too worried about it because once again, I'm Umbreon, the special wall, and I should be fine taking any single hit from the Zam and retaliating with a foul play. And although it doesn't have great attack, I should be fine with doing a decent chunk to it, potentially breaking a sash. Turns out the Zam has the Encore, so my Umbreon has no purpose staying in here. I have to switch out, and I actually go directly into Durant, which I definitely don't agree with being a smart play at all. It does not have any special bulk, and the fact that he's able to 2-hit KO me with the Psychic plus Shadow Ball is kind of unfortunate because Durant could have done a ton of work to his team. But nonetheless, now I can go in with Raikou. I can easily go for the Volt Switch, potentially break a sash on the Zam, and that's what I'm going to do, as now it's a guaranteed 2-hit KO with that Volt Switch because Alakazam is rather frail. And I'm going to go right in Umbreon to take whatever the Zam has to offer. It actually goes for the Encore for some reason, and I'm thinking that he probably would think that I'm choiced, but apparently not. And here with Umbreon, I'm free to go for the foul play. Easily able to take out that Azelf because they are extremely strong on the attack and special attack sides. And now he goes into what I presume to be his Medicham, but I'm not entirely sure. I can go for the Safe Protect, but right now I'm just going to go right into Nidoqueen. I am physically defensive. I should be able to take a high jump kick fine. Turns out he actually goes for the Drain Punch. So for one, I know that this is definitely the Medicham now as opposed to the Zoroark, but there's not really too much I can do in return, although a Stab Earth Power should be able to do a decent chunk. It actually goes right into his Ursaring, and Ursaring can kind of be a threat except for he has the lefties instead of Flame Orb or Toxic Orb, which I definitely find to be a tad weird, but nonetheless I'm able to get up my rocks, and he actually carries the EQ, which you don't see a lot, and that's a super effective hit, and that was a crit. That just shows Nidoqueen's amazing bulk. Good job Nidoqueen, doing freaking work. I'm able to do one more Earth Power, do a decent chunk to that Ursaring, but it is rather bulky. And he actually goes for the bulk up. I definitely wasn't expecting that. But now I get a chance to go for another Earth Power and try doing even more damage to this Ursaring. That way it's definitely revengeable by my Raikou, because otherwise it could have been a bit worrisome. And I actually get a revenge crit right there, which is really nice. He does reveal the facade here, but he's not even worrisome anymore, as I can just come in with Raikou easily go for the Volt Switch and just take out this Ursaring super easy. So another poke's down, and I just need to think what I'm going to switch into here, and really I haven't brought Verisian in yet, and I kind of wanted to do some work. If I can get an SD up, I should be able to do some decent work to his team, although a lot of his pokes can outspeed me, like this Alakazam here. And I'm just hoping I have some decent special ball. Can it please live? No, Alakazam, you're too strong, really. So now it just gives me a free switch back into Raikou, and I can easily go for a Volt Switch. And I'm judging by the amount of health he has left from the amount of damage that I did earlier that I should be able to take him out. Turns out he values his Alakazam, and he's actually going to go into a Zoroark. And I'm actually able to take out that Zoroark clean from nearly full health. It's a straight up OHKO, and now he brings in Medicham. And I'm actually going to be fairly risky here, just go for the T-Bolt and hope to live whatever he tries going for. And turns out he goes for the Zen Headbutt, and that takes me out. Whether the crit mattered or not, I'm not entirely sure, but it was just risky on my part to even stay in, because a high jump kick probably would have taken me out from that range. Now I'm going to go into my physical defensive Quagsire, and I don't take that Zen Headbutt well at all. I am fully physically defensive. Medicham is so strong. So now he's going to bring in his Alakazam. I really have no way of just switching out, because Quagsire doesn't really have any more purpose in this battle besides letting me get a free switch into Umbreon. And as long as I can take a Focus Blast if he does carry it, I should be fine, because then I can retaliate with a Foul Play. And despite Zam's attack stat, I'm thinking since it's going on the physical side that he's probably going to go down. Thankfully he does, and that Zam is dead. So that will be the game, and I hope you all enjoyed. That is the second last routine 5th gen Wi-Fi battle you get on this channel. I may upload a couple more in the future, but it'll just be for random fun. So, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.